Vice President, I present Victoria Hislop as eminently worthy to receive the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa.
Second. Try again. I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa. Many congratulations.
Vice President, Provost, Principal, Your Excellency, Ambassador of Great Britain, Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, Kyries ke Kyrie. This is a great honour being bestowed on me today, and I am indebted to the University of Sheffield for such recognition, and also to City College, Thessaloniki, the international faculty. Your university is one of the top academic institutions in the UK and respected worldwide. And for me, it's a particular honour to be receiving such an award here in this city, a place which has already given me so much, namely inspiration. My first visit here was on a November day, almost a decade ago. I came for a book launch. And when I was driven from the airport and looked out through steamed-up windows at the damp pavements and everyone huddled under umbrellas, I admit that the city did not immediately display its charm. But after the presentation was over, I went for a walk and began to appreciate the evidence of this city's complex and unique history, and in particular, its former enviable status as one of the most successfully multicultural cities in Europe. I learned then that the sizable populations of Muslims and Jews had essentially disappeared within a 20-year period, a fact which both intrigued and mystified me. On that first ramble, I saw grand villas and squares, the winding streets of the old city, and impressive Roman remains. And then I came across the birthplace of Kemal Ataturk, as well as the extraordinary and moving monument to the Jewish Holocaust. When the rain finally stopped, I began to appreciate the beauty of this city. I strolled along the seafront from the old warehouses by the port, past the magnificent equestrian statue of Alexander the Great and the graceful Zongalopoulos umbrellas, and arrived at the Megara Mousikis, where I find myself today. Then at dusk, I sat at a seafront cafe and watched the sun setting behind Mount Olympus across the Gulf. The richness of history in this city, where I could walk from one side to the other in little more than an hour, ignited my imagination. What more could a writer ask for? I identify very strongly with the motto of Sheffield University, rerum cognoscere causas, discover the causes of things. There have been several moments in my writing life, all of them very significant, where I've had a strong sense of the need to delve into history to explain the present. One such moment was on my first visit to Spinalonga in Crete. At that time, I had not written a word of fiction, but I felt compelled to tell its story. And despite all professional advice, I made a former leper colony the subject of my debut novel, The Island. A similar desire to explore and discover the causes also spurred my novel about the ghost town of Famagusta, or Amochostos, in Cyprus, and indeed with my forthcoming book, some of which is set on the islands of Makronissos and in Trikeri. To find out why, when, and how All of these are a historical novelist's mission, as well as to explore all dimensions of the past. A key such example in my literary engagement with Greece and its history was that first visit to Thessaloniki. I felt a desire to chronicle the drama and the turmoil that has been experienced by its citizens and which have shaped the city of today. I began to research and then to write the thread, to nima in Greek, which takes the reader from the Great Fire of 1917 through the population exchange, Nazi occupation, deportation of the Jews, civil war, dictatorship, and the massive earthquake of 1978. I did not have to make up drama for Thessaloniki. There was no need. It seems there's never been a dull moment for this city. I have continued to feel a strong affinity to this wonderful place, which has since been the subject of some short stories and travel writing. And on every visit, I have found something or someone to admire. A few years ago, I had the honour of an invitation to the office of the mayor, Mr. Boutaris, and was sincerely struck by his vision of a city that should be as liberal and open-hearted in the present as it was in the past. Particularly at this time, such values have never been more important in Thessaloniki, in Sheffield, in Europe. Thank you again for honouring my work in this way. Νιώθω μεγάλη συγκίνηση για αυτή την διάκριση και αναγνώριση από το Πανεπιστήμιο του Sheffield. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.